You know all. Just not sure what we're gonna do now. It's Tuesday. Hello, how are you? I'm happy to have you here with me. And with Tuesday comes more indie author live reading. That's right. Here we are once again for a little bit of story time. And what does tonight bring for us? That's right. It brings the end of Spectral Braver, the first arc, a dark fantasy by Tiago Resende. Remember, even the lingering dead may still find courage. Ah, yes, that is the way that it is. Now, if you happen to be joining me for the first time tonight, welcome on in. I'm happy to have you here. With us starting the finale, which is chapter 9 of this book. That means if you're just joining us tonight, you have missed all of the rest of the chapters. Most of them, other than tonight's chapter, are available on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/@SirArminius. Stop out there, give them all a listen. I think you will find they are quite enjoyable. Sorry about episode 1. My audio was a little wonky. And if you find that you like the book, well, you are welcome to listen to it on YouTube, or go out and buy the book. Stop out to Amazon, search Spectral Braver. Pick up book 1, book 2, book 3 even. Pick them all up, because you are not going to be able to stop at just one. Now, in order for me to post all of those on YouTube, it does mean that I record the chapters as I am reading them live. That's right, a live reading recorded for your future enjoyment. Because I record it, it means that I am not able to engage with the audience during the chapter reading. However, if you stop out to YouTube, I believe our author is there. I want to say on the vertical live of YouTube. I go on YouTube in both vertical and horizontal. I believe he's on the vertical side. Stop out there. Ask your questions. Let him know what you think about the book. Let him know that even the lingering dead may not find courage. Argue with him. Go ahead. Make his day. Or buy the book, listen to it, hear, leave a review when you're done. Indie authors live and die by reviews. They are important for all of the authors. So make sure that you get out there and leave a review. I will be leaving a review after I am done, because it is the right thing to do. All authors like them. Indie authors love them. Now, Spectral Braver. Once again, if you happen to be joining us for the first time, we're happy to have you here. But they have no idea how crazy this gets. Okay, I added the mwahahaha, but that seemed like an LOL to me. Because this is a little bit different than many of the books that you may read, I am going to read a note to you. First, though, I need to pour my tea really quick. Wait one moment, please. As an author, as a narrator, I've always got to have some kind of thing to drink to keep my throat in top working order. Now, this, again, book is a little bit different than many you may have read before. Fantastic in the way it's done. But it's important that you know this, so note to readers. Spectral Braver uses a style dubbed novel cinematic. During your experience, you'll notice a few unusual things. Every paragraph, regardless of length, represents a continuous camera shot, often including multiple concurrent character perspectives on scene. Dialogue is always tethered to either the announced speaker, their loudest thoughts, or their actions. Italics are employed to convey changes in communication sources such as phones, loudspeakers, and writings, as well as non-translated spoken regional expressions and honorifics, implying slight signal interference in communication. Furthermore, characters will often string inner monologue into verbal dialogue or respond verbally to thoughts, directly. Time is also liable to shift in the prose to reflect the distance of a given memory from its subject. Please do not be alarmed. 4. After a certain point in this story, you'll be alongside the dead, witnessing their uncanny reality. If all they have is thoughts, surely one would experience those in their presence. Thus, to facilitate the unusual transition to the ethereal realm, think of these books like seasons of a TV show that you can read, shot by shot, scene by scene, like a cinematic storyboard. Within this format, thrilling action set pieces and deep emotional experiences with vivid characters await you. May this provide an unforgettable experience. Torrin McGrath, author of Telefrog. Hey, thanks for joining us. I'm glad to see you here. Later books incorporate a lot more of the italics. They're globe-trotting adventures. Well, I will tell you, the italics from my side, they really help. I know when I'm reading it to you, you guys really can't see the italics, because how do you enunciate an italic? I just put it all into the acting experience that you will get from me. Yes, because it's a live read, it does mean it is also a live performance. I have not read this before. I read it alongside you, so that way I can give my true experience to you. Now, wherever you happen to be, sit back, relax, and prepare to enjoy as we dive into the finale of Spectral Braver, the first arc, a dark fantasy by Tiago Resende. Even the lingering dead may still find courage. Tonight, we will be starting on Chapter 9, Curveball. In the recognizable places where the dead roam, their perception is hinged on a door of sorts. Half open and half closed, it allows them to peer into the world of the living, provided the awareness of those on the other side will invite them in. Places they do not recognize, however, sprawl as an endless reality, wherein despair and confusion preside over all souls which have regrettably come to wander off their beaten path. The Edge, as it would come to be known, could have as many points of departure as there are souls within it. Alas, the one destination is perpetually fleeting. In a hopeless push towards the glowing horizon, disorientation takes hold. The total absence of the living, who once grounded these entities upon their respective time and place, ensures none find their way back. In this void, memories fade, as existential terror remains, casting pleas into the darkness, unheard by all, lost forevermore. Bumped from every direction, Peter is doing his best to see the light. So many people. Some of them aren't even moving anymore. There are also children, dogs, cats, and a big crow soaring over them, all of them decayed, dark, often flickering in the spectral light. Peter looks at his hands. They look normal, still. Good. Pressing forward. Ben steps into the edge. Beside him, a whoosh. He can see Felicity's undergarments. From the air, she spin darts the rose pin directly at Peter's feet, like some kind of circus performer, warps to grab him. The memento gets thrown right back beside Ben. Off we go, she commands, while landing softly. He is stunned. Yeah, let's. Felicity looks around. Keep it quiet here. The living are about. An unknown house materializes around their senses. There are indeed people inside, manifested as mere warbling shadows. Their connection to those entities is evidently weak. Should be possible to just sneak through. Ben whispers, Hey, that looks like the front door. Come on. Steadily heading in that direction. As the three come out their next-door neighbor's home, the boy falls to his knees and starts weeping. Oh, Peter, we were so worried. She is squeezing him until Ben comes out and picks them both up. Let's head back to the store. You go in, I'll stay outside and have a word with Peter, okay? The boy doesn't look forward to this. Just before she enters, Ben grabs her. You were amazing. Thank you. The boy has to stand there while these adults kiss. The kids inside the store can see. Once Felicity steps in, realizes Gunnar and Lydia are wasted from gorging on cookies, they remember the ones she made. Gunnar stares, worried. Is everything all right, Mommy? She grows pale and needs to sit down, having just faced oblivion. Over there, in the shining horizon above all the wraiths, it was cold. That light wasn't warm like the one before. No memories, nor welcome. Thankfully, Peter had just wandered in, so she spotted him from the air easily. However, after such a stressful situation, the moment she broke contact with Ben, her energy drained sharply. It was so terrifying. Still, she had no time to dawdle, nor the willingness to put them both at risk. Lydia hops swiftly to her aid. Here, some cookies, Mommy. Oh, thank you, sweetie. Chomps down. It tastes exactly like hers. What the What's Mommy? Felicity slouches down with a thoroughly defeated expression. I suppose it goes both ways. Ben takes hold of the boy's shoulder. Let's take a walk, kid. Come on. Time for a man-to-man. I want to put you up to speed on what's going on. I think we can defeat that thing and reclaim the house. So we can go back to sleep, and when we wake again, we'll figure it out, together. And that means getting you to your mom. Do you really think you can beat it? As a team, yeah. Do you think I can get my old room back and then pray for Mom to come? Will that work? With the house at ease, she might come, yeah. There has to be a way, and we'll work on it. Together. I'm sorry I went out on my own. Peter recalls the horrible scenario just moments ago. It was clear that he would have ended up as those shadows if he strayed too far. Could have endangered both of them, too. Don't worry. We'll get around to figuring that out, too. The edge. The couple stops by the Craig Manor gate. Give me a moment. I'll return my pin to the attic. She floats to the window. They're fail-safe. The moment they're ready, that's their spawn point. Game mechanics. He played many of those without looking at the manuals or settings to test the default experience. Is this any different? Sure, a manual would be great, but in his seemingly brief time with this family, he has learned so much as to conceptualize a starting logic. How much of it holds up consistently? Felicity comes down with a request. I wish to go see my father's grave. Will you join me? He gladly accepts. Yeah, let's go. Starts walking. I notice you never float. You don't know how? He chuckles. Never thought about it. It fits you nicely, though. You're so graceful, it's like I'm dating a fairy. She giggles. This is a manner of flattery that sits well with her. Well, take my hand and stop thinking about the floor. Hovering above the sidewalk, they take the street one block over, leading uphill into the chapel, cheerily waving to the kids inside the store just before turning the corner. Lydia's face is glued to the window. They love each other so much. Watching the pair fly by. Gunnar comments, they deserve to be happy. Chomps on another cookie. So do we. But if you keep eating those, you'll blow up. The small girl gives him a mean smile. Huh. You think so? He puts it down, considering if that's really possible. Peter stares out the window, reflecting on his fortunes. Kept afloat in this reality by a true family, with parents who love each other and fun siblings. It is still difficult to ignore this wider ocean of longing. This wasn't his life. It was with her. Mom. Headstones on either side emerge upon the hill. Ben wonders how many of these forks will they meet in Sleepy Hollow, if any. Felicity smiles proudly. I think you are an exceptional father. The youngster adjusts the glasses, flushed. I would have imagined any other man, harshly scolding the boy for running off like that. I understand him. He's been through a rough time these past 70 years. You all have. Yelling at him wouldn't have fixed anything. They arrive at her father's headstone. Ben looks at hers and the children's, thinking that he's never going to look at those things again the same way. Death doesn't have to be the end. For some. Papa, I found my love. It took some time, but... She tears up. He's here. His name is Benjamin Freeman, and he's the strongest man I have ever seen, aside from you, Papa. I know I should have waited longer. I know this isn't what you wanted for me. Still, me and the children are doing well now. I just wish you could see it. Ben holds the weeping Belle tightly. She misses him terribly. Thank you for protecting them, Mr. Craig, sir. She goes sniffling. You truly believe that, don't you? Yeah. I think your connection isn't broken, just because you can't see him. Same way I feel about my mom. They're watching over us. I hope they don't see absolutely everything we're doing. Both start snickering. So young. She puts her hand on his face softly. A gentle request. Will you visit the chapel with me? He understands what she's asking. I don't have a ring. Adjusts his glasses again. I want to marry you before my children and as many witnesses as we can gather. Don't fret. We have time to find our rings. While she waltzes her partner through the air towards the chapel's landing, they kiss. In the darkness, where few lights can be seen, this miraculous pair glows, kindling all the windows of the old Dutch. In such a gloomy place, they stand as the exception. Gunnar debates with his sister. Those things over there are not candy. Look, they have pictures of dishes and glasses. It says, cleaning sponge.
You were about to put that in your mouth. Hmm, I'll ask Mommy when she's back.
Peter wanders into the stairwell that leads to Bert's home. He can hear motion upstairs. It might be him. The upper floor is mostly as he remembers. Two doors on the right side, a living room, and a kitchen. The other big room on the left was his parents', if he recalls correctly. A dirty blonde 12-year-old wearing blue pajamas comes out of the bathroom on that side of the hall, walking through the small boy. An old man speaks.
Peter, switch off your game station. Bedtime.
It's Bertie. Is that his grandson? He has the same name? The boy peeks into the living room to see a big flat screen with what looks like a hero character and a lot of boxes around it, with figures and objects on them. Toys in this age look amazing, just like Ben's. Would be nice to use these things with that controller like this boy can.
Wait, Grandpa. Let me save first.
His grandson pleads.
All right, just hurry up,
Is heard from the kitchen. The kid sits down in front of the screen and it now shows the character running through a huge city with many other characters going about their business. What a beautiful sunset! The hero arrives at a shop and they start talking to each other. He can even pick his answers and everything. That looks so amazing. Must be a lot of fun to live in this age. Even though Ben doesn't think so. Peter finally realizes, from that technology, that a very long time has indeed passed since he died. It wasn't a dream. He would be Bertie's age today. Goes around to the kitchen to see him, putting away dishes inside a machine with trays. He wants to say something, unsure if his aging friend will hear him. Takes a deep breath and goes for it.
Hey, Bertie.
The old man stops. Heard something in his head, calling him by the same name he responded to as a child.
Petey, is that you?
Why are you here?
I came to say goodbye because I gotta find my mom now.
Bert starts weeping.
She's in heaven, right? Yeah. Ben and Felicity will help me. Bless them. Bless them both.
Felicity appears beside Peter, while he also cries, holding him close. This desire he has isn't what she wants, but it is the right thing to do.
We should go, Peter. I'm glad you found him. But our place isn't here. He'll miss you even more. I know.
The old man goes to the other side of the house to get a box. It is full of baseball trading cards.
You see, kept our collection safe all these years. Never sold them. Our treasure is secured, Petey.
She comforts him. He never forgot you. That is so wonderful. The boy goes up to the box the man is holding and sees his Willie Mays card in the deck and manages to pick it up, but it slips to the floor. Bert picks it up.
He got really big the following year, after you were gone. This one is very valuable now. You gave it to me, remember?
Peter nods in a mournful shudder.
Grandpa, who are you talking to?
His grandson's voice comes from the living room.
It's nothing. Did you save already? Yeah. Okay, off to bed then.
Bertie glances at the card one more time.
I had my daughter name him after you, you know. Thank you, Bertie.
Felicity joins him.
Thank you for holding him in your memory, kind sir. Let's go, Peter. Let's leave them be. Okay. Bye.
Peter waves even though the old man can't see them. His big smile is framed by streaming tears of gratitude. He finally got to say it. to someone of his past life. It is proof that he existed once. As both come down the stairs, Ben notices she looks distraught. What's wrong? The poor woman wipes her face to the best of her ability.
Can I have a word with you outside?
Sure. Lydia approaches the boy.
Are you all right? Yeah, I'll be fine.
He hugs the little girl. Gunnar understands what's going on and cradles them both as the bigger sibling. Felicity paces frantically, her heart ravaged by a mother's anxiety.
I don't know if I can do this. To let him go,
He wants to see his mom. At some point, he's gonna do it. I don't want him to go either, but what matters is what he wants.
I know.
Felicity holds back the tears.
Have to be ready.
You won't have to do it alone. I'm here. She hugs him tightly. The word goodbye is a release in many ways. It is meant as the end point between people's lives. But for someone who loves you, having to say it is the most terrifying thing of all. None of us are ever ready for it. Probably never will be, no matter the time or place where one has to do this. For this kind of pain is part of that which matures the soul. Bert comes down to the store the next morning. Nothing looks out of place, as Felicity took the time to put the cookies and other assorted products back in their shelves. The family of 5 stands in the corner. He looks at the softball bat and smiles. Even death has its mercies, and wherever his friend is, he's in good company. But that would be wishful thinking. Jackson steps inside the store. He appears ill and disheveled, glances at the family on the corner. His face warps into a psychotic grin. It's Morpheus. He found them. Bert greets him.
Good morning, sir. Can I help you?
Is that sweaty, pale man on drugs? The couple feels like they want to pummel him into the ground, yet hold their peace. This wasn't it.
Something to eat. I have money.
Oh, good. Well, we have pastries, cookies, frozen pizza.
Frozen will do.
The group stares at him, bracing for any attempt he might make against the sweet old clerk.
There you go. You can put it in the oven for 15 minutes and...
The man disgustingly rips off the wrapping and starts eating it like a savage, puts some money on the counter and leaves, eyes squared on the children, even as he passes the store window outside. An unearthly chill emanates from the possessed human. Another threat. Ben declares, while eyeing his boss, "We gotta go back. Let's seal off the garden, too. It's time we end this." His jaw clenches. Felicity shares the sentiment. The manor is not a place for savages, either dead or otherwise. They shall be evicted forthwith, for they trespass on a peaceful home. Bows to Bert and takes Peter's hand. Let us go home, children. We have a pest to eradicate. The boy takes one last look at his old friend and smiles. Everything will be okay. The children are once more in the attic, trying to emulate Ben's fighting. They look silly doing it, but seem committed. Mommy and Ben are going to save the house. They will help. Outside in the garden, Ben sits with his legs crossed, eyes closed, immersed in his memories. There are a lot of things he forgot about fighting, but in this place, what he needs is the really over-the-top stuff He knows he can pull that off now, even better than in his dreams. Tries to remember his online matches in Reckon. Felicity warps in front of him, landing softly on one boot. She's peering into his mind, intrigued by the imagery.
Those are games, right? The moving pictures you can play?
Yeah,
How do you play them?
a machine called computer. It was created for calculus originally, but it's used to play, to use the internet, all sorts of things.
That's like having the whole world inside a box, isn't it?
Wouldn't trade this one for it, that's for sure. He smiles at her. Ah, that big man just kicked the girl into a wall. That's rather dreadful. Ben laughs. Don't worry, these are all like dummies. They look alive, but they're just lines of code. They're constructs that travel through energy into the screen.
I see. And you believe these dummies will help you in this manner?
She looks at him intently. I think they will. You might as well pick some examples for yourself.
I don't know if I can aggress upon others, even if they're monsters. I've never fought anyone in my entire life.
Knowing what he knows, there's always a first. His memory of the game comes to a halt, and something else is shown to Felicity. Autumn of 2011. The Strip, Pittsburgh. A very young Ben, already wearing his prescription glasses, is coming home from school. Alone. This is habitual in his life. He doesn't get along with his classmates.
Hey, Benjamin! You forgot to help the janitor today. Get back there!
A rowdy group of 5 kids, slightly older than him and much taller, call him out in the middle of the street as other people don't even care to notice it. Ben has decided a while ago that it's best to not even open his mouth in these situations and just starts running. They catch up to him with relative ease and corner him. The backpack flies off him and gets slammed on the floor.
My laptop! Your parents can't buy you a new one?
The boy's verdant eyes well up in frustration.
I'm poor, dude.
They all laugh. How much of an asshole you have to be to find that funny.
Well, tough shit, isn't it? You're a computer nerd. You can fix it, right?
The boy figures he's had just about enough of this. Remember the visual of how to pull off a haymaker. One foot firmly on the ground, while the other swivels in tandem with the waist, elbow, and shoulders. And this one kid isn't seeing his right arm. For such a scrawny young boy, such violence would look strange. But there it was. His fist lands directly on the punk's mouth, chipping his front tooth. The hand starts to bleed. All 5 grab him by the hair and shirt and kick him anywhere they can land their feet in. A pummeling ensues.
I'm gonna call the cops!
Someone yells from one of the shops. The group bolts out of there. Ben is lying on the floor. There's plenty of blood on his mouth and hand. Before police arrived at the scene, no one came over to see if he was all right. 2 officers show up with the boy at the door to the apartment.
What the fuck is this, Ben?
His dark-haired father answers in a tracksuit, unkempt.
The same thing it is, all the time. I'll be in my room.
The boy walks away. Adelaide gives chase. His face is patched up below his lower lip, but still swollen.
Oh, my darling.
She hugs him, pained.
I'm okay, Mom. I swear. I tried to stay away. It isn't okay that happens, just because you helped the janitor once. You shouldn't be on your own. Aren't there any nice kids you can make friends with? God, I wish we could just leave this place. Mom? Yes, steely-eyed boy?
Looks lovingly at him. She was always impressed by his determined stare.
I come home to find you. I'm not alone.
She holds him in tears. There is something about the power of a mother that kept him going. He carried all her wishes, every single one. So that one day they could finally leave that place behind them. My first story was in that laptop. It wouldn't start, so it just sat there for 6 years. Never finished it. Ben looks up. Felicity's sadness is killing him. He regrets showing that memory.
Bullies are awful. When I was small, all the children called me Fatty City.
She frowns. The young ones are often cruel like this. If only they knew that you grew up to be fat in all the right places. Ben slides to her gently and starts going slow on her lips. That woman's heart is blowing up. Her tongue wanders into his.
We should, the room, right now.
Poof. At some point, both had to agree that there is no better stress reliever, in their old life or this one. They walk into the attic, tranquil and cheerful. Gunnar points out,
You guys sure disappear a lot.
Felicity is momentarily shocked that he's starting to talk like Ben.
Well, sweetie, we're planning how to deal with this, and...
Lydia bursts.
They're really funny, these two.
Such bad liars.
It's fine, guys. It's weird, but totally fine.
The 10-year-old gestures slightly like Ben when he talks. Felicity's jaw has dropped. She can't understand what's happening right now. Kid, you're just pulling my leg, huh? Ben jokingly points finger guns at the boy.
Yeah, figures.
Both burst out laughing, only to have that interrupted. Felicity is floating with her head down. She's fainted. She wakes up.
Ah, my baby boy. Soon it will be 3 people cursing in this family. We might as well go back to Norway. Helvete.
Ben has her head on his lap. Wouldn't you want to visit your home country sometime? She's still raving.
Oh, it's so far.
One day, it may not be. I would like to see that aurora. She smiles, so relaxed, drifting off. They're going to find a monster today, and she sleeps.
Is Mommy okay?
Lydia comes over to see her. Yeah, she's sleeping. He talks softly.
Why? That man's in the house.
Felicity furrows her brow. I know, but Mommy feels safe and wants to rest. That's all. Felicity nods.
Yeah, but shouldn't she go whoosh and pow and hi-ya?
Felicity gets up, sighs, and turns to Ben dispassionately, while composing herself. Let's get this over with, shall we? I would very much like to lounge afterwards. Clacks her heels to the door. Morpheus, I request your immediate presence at the entrance. It is a matter of great importance. The matron of the house stands at the stairs landing, hands on her hips. Night has fallen, and the moonlight glows through the stained glass window behind her, cutting through a mighty figure in a delicate dress. Her shadow is projected onto the floor, even amidst the warped energy swirling downstairs. This is the home of her family. This shouldn't bear repeating by the one who defends their name, even if demised. The rest of them come out of the attic, wary of her commanding posture. It's clear she's had enough of this situation. Keeps getting in the way of what she wants. No response from the downstairs floor. The pressure and darkness swirl like a storm.
I take great umbrage at your threats towards my children, and I will have you depart my abode immediately.
They can hear Jackson coming out from the room under the stairs. It's game time. Ben warps to Felicity's side and signals the children to take refuge in the study. Shut the door. Mom and I got this. Gunnar argues.
But we can help.
Ushering the other two inside.
I'm sure there's something you can do,
but we need to see what he's going to do first. I'll shout when it's go time. The boy raises his brow at this transmitted thought and smiles.
Okay.
The door closes.
Let us try to resolve this without the children as quickly as possible.
The mother looks menacingly at the entrance. Agreed. That's plan A. B is on the burner just in case.
Mr. Freeman, it would
seem your ghostly sweetheart has finally been emboldened by your recurring antics.
Jackson Hyde speaks casually, while ponderously stepping into the hall. She's offended.
You will address me directly, sir. This is my house.
Ben's face twists into a severe scowl. You disrespect her again, and I'll curb stomp you back to hell. My advice? Save the prose and start measuring your words very carefully from now on. I'm just about done with your soap opera villain routine, greaseball.
So confident, you two. Very well. Felicity, should we go over your current predicament? You are bound to this house for over a century because your weak, conniving husband decided that erasing your life was the only way to be with the one he truly lusted after. Me.
The pair immediately cringes at that statement. Ben has to snark. Ha ha! So you swing that way? Come to think of it, makes a lot more sense now, with the voice and everything. Felicity's brow lowers.
He's talking about her, the Asian woman Jack brought to us.
She knows the betrayal which befell her home. Utter disgust.
Jade brought me to Jack. Jack, in turn, brought me here. What he desired was always an empty shell. So easy for humans to forgo one's soul for one's body. That woman is down there too. Perhaps a dutiful concubine for the ancient which has tormented you ever since. This wretch of a man you sacrificed yourself to.
A spectral Jack comes out of the piano hall. The figure stops, glares at the couple. His eyes widen in murderous glee as his mouth draws a hideous grin. No thoughts are coming out of this thing. Ben notices that Gunnar just sneaked out of the study into the attic. Told you about running your mouth, oh great puppet master. Gunnar, plan B. The boy warps between the couple with the pizza box. It's gone rotten. A smirk is shot at Jackson. Throws it directly at his face, upon his shock at the absurdity. Felicity throws the pin at the front door, sticking out like a dart, warps to it and slams it open, enduring the pressure. Gunnar! In the study, now! The 10-year-old swiftly warps out of there. Ben jumps off the landing and performs a furious flying kick to the face. The possessed man flies backwards out of the house, through the gate, collapsing to the road, thoroughly smeared by pizza toppings. She shuts the door and sprinkles her lace shards in front. Pressure starts diminishing downstairs. The couple now faces Jack, torn apart from the inside. The ancient manifests in full warped horror. It roars in anger. No going back now. The force behind that kick knocked Jackson out. From the depths of this human, darkness funnels beyond Eowyn's sight. He's being dragged into a dream, a wilderness which no spirit, regardless of their power, can brave from the inside.
Hide! No! Let me go!
Crawling desperately out of a sinkhole of colors and shades, the sheer chaotic maelstrom of such a thing is warping his pale blue limbs. His own spectral form attempts to shift to a battle-ready variant as the arms swell in sharp musculature, nails extending like blades from his fingers, yet clawing at nothing. Anguished red orbs sink into this inner space last. That blasted topsider. Indoors, the monster swipes at the couple repeatedly as they warp cautiously out of its way. They need to draw him into the enchanted part of the house. Splitting on the landing, Felicity on the right side, Ben on the left, it pushes through the barrier and stops, wondering which one to go after. His master is not there to tell him what to do, but she was not important to him. That young man who had the nerve to strike him even as he drew breath left a grudge behind. Starts stomping in his direction, up to the bedrooms. Ben? Felicity is getting scared. It's all right, babe. Thing is, it doesn't know the first thing about fighting, and after today, won't get to learn either. The valiant brawler buries his right foot into the floor. Muscles harden with his fighting pose. Mutters to himself, "Go hard or go home, Ben." He allows it to throw the first swipe, swivels his entire body in a single step behind the creature, grabs his left arm, twisting it around his back, and jump kicks his face from the side. Before allowing it time to recover, a drop kick immediately ensues. Its head is caved in. He warps out of the way as it tries to claw itself up. Drawing energy from the human lying outside and the breach just mere feet across, Jack blows up his spectral form into black miasma. Whoa! Rising into a towering variant of his form, his claws bloom thicker and immediately launch a barrage of swipes at this bright soul to tear it to ribbons. This thing is so big that no further openings are presented. The gusts blow Ben's banged back while he dodges this onslaught. The children come out of the study behind her, witnessing this beast furiously swiping at Ben. Their mother stands in the way, her back turned, unwilling to have her babies involved in this, lest they be targeted. But what about him? Her anxious feelings sprout their own voice in the form of Lydia's cry. "We gotta help Ben, Mommy!" "Gunner, Peter, take her to the bedroom there, the furthest back." Turns to her miniature self. "Won't let anything happen to him." The family is at the ready, rising over the railing. The beast is gaining ground on Ben and is too focused on him to pay them mind. If they are to act, the time is now. "Go!" she commands, while they float across, using the great chandelier as a stepping stone, directly over the still nightmarish pressure below. This hideous thing can stretch its arms and is about to corner him into the window. As they're jumping off the chandelier, the ancient spots the children. This is the distraction Ben needed. To counter. However, a gloved hand preemptively grips a full mesh of hair from the beast, brutally smacking its skull sideways into one of the walls. "Children, off you go!" "You're all right, dear?" Warps to his side. The brawler takes a deep breath, now fully reassured about this woman. She's definitely a fighter like him. They can finish this. You see that black smoke coming out of it just now? That's damage. Let's trap him between us.
Understood.
Felicity warps to inches of its face, smacking its nostrils sharply with the cane of her parasol, spins behind it and holds her choice weapon closed in a defensive position, all in one swift motion. The creature doesn't allow this to distract it from the Dreamwalker. The next attempt to claw at Ben barely misses. This is what he wanted for this particular tactical setup. Parrying the lunging strike to the side, warps into a mighty midriff kick. It attempts a recovery from the staggering, stumbling backwards into the tip of the parasol, which instantly blooms open into a shock wave, looking mighty similar to a Viking shield blast. The creature clumsily glances back at her. Her indigos widen, reflecting Ben's sudden reappearance, warping from multiple directions, namely the ceiling, delivering a barrage of punches and elbow strikes. It fails to grasp where he's coming from. This is too fast and confusing for its senses, accustomed to motions of scurrying prey. Thus, mercilessly pummeled by this combination. One desperate attempt to grab him is met with another parry, linking directly into a multiple hit, spectacular hurricane rising kick, throwing the creature off balance as it nearly falls off the balcony. The fighting game visual memories are definitely paying off now. Ben lands on the purple carpeting, fully honing his energy in a karate poise. Fists aligned with his waist, focusing heat into his stomach. What comes after this is to be so insanely violent that this has to end. Right now. Bursts to an airborne warp and whirls into a furious descending flying kick. His heel buries into the ancient's face, forcing its skull to twist unnaturally, throwing it further into disorientation. Then lands in front of it, delivering a rising chain punching combination. Ha! Ending in a raging uppercut, projecting this much larger entity upwards, limp. His accumulated power ensues as a burst of energy, juggling the suspended beast. It crashes to the floor, moaning and growling in pain. She witnesses this in amazement. Given the weightlessness of this reality, Ben ends up being far more impressive than even those spectacular moving pictures he has in his imaginings. It may be so that the many songs of Thor and Baldur's fierce battles which could shatter the earth were inspired by this very thing. He is so. The children come out of the room to see this. Felicity shouts, "What did I say?" Lydia is hyper.
"Serves ya right, bleh,"
puts her tongue out at the writhing monster. Ben can't help but snicker at that. Even the children vanquished their fear of this thing. Still, hey, are you guys ignoring your mom? She told you to stay in the room back there. That wasn't optional. The two adults are staring the reckless children down.
"It was his idea, her idea, their idea."
The three younglings are all accusing each other at random. A rather obvious lie, seeing it's nonetheless true at the same time. It was their idea to come to their rescue, all right. The parents chuckle at this silliness. This pause, however, proves costly. A shadow rises over Ben. It gets up and grabs him from behind, by the neck. Desperately flailing arms behind him to get a hold of it. Unfortunately, this is one of the clear advantages of having arms as abnormally long as these. It raises the other claw, reaching into his head. Felicity knows what follows. Jack destroyed everything and will continue to do so unless she steps in. When he beat her up inside the master bedroom and went for the children, who died in the very place they stand now, She took a chair from the study and smashed it over his head. It did nothing. He just cracked his neck and continued up the stairs towards Gunner. She didn't make it in time. Not again. No more. Her voice roars. You! Stay away from my family! Materializes that same chair as it instantly smashes face first into the beast with such force that a visible shockwave lifts every piece of lace scattered on the balcony, spreading it downstairs. Neighbors clearly heard that as lights come on in almost every house. A soiled Jackson wakes up from the commotion. Coming to his senses, it would seem the demon-taking residence has since left him. These past months have been a blur to this now panicked man, who gets up, staggered and shaking, to a full audience of people in their pajamas or casual wear stepping outside. This feels like the most humiliating of dreams, courtesy of that demon. The monster lets go of Ben after enduring this mighty strike. However, the aftershock soon comes, pushing it to fall over the railing. This energy she unleashed shifted the flow of time itself, causing that furious motion to leave an echo behind it. It digs its claws into the hardwood floors below, ripping them apart, while it slides towards the breach. Thanks, babe. Ben gives her a smile, jumping off the railing and landing in front of the staggered ancient with a powerful shock. Takes off in its direction. Peter! Curveball! Now! The boy focuses on his pitch, puts everything he has behind it. As the ball arcs across the air, the brawler jumps, softly slipping his hand over it, and without changing its trajectory, rotates his entire body into a glowing halo, which completely disperses the lingering miasma from the entrance. The increased momentum is ripping into the fabric of this reality with intense pressure. This is the getaway game moment. Only one gets to stay here. Ah! Burning with battle rage, releases the ball with thunderous impact, boring it into the beast's chest. The entire manor shakes to its foundation. All the windows glow. A gaping hole in the monster's chest evaporates into black miasma, which is immediately retrieved by the red light, flickering as obstructions keep passing through the grievously punctured breach. After most of its form is disintegrated, the remaining bits are dragged into it, mangled like a vegetable in a blender. Eowyn phases into the house, witnessing this very moment. His energy is dissipating. All he can do, as he vanishes, is to glare at Ben in seething hatred. The breach fades from the mandala rug as if it never existed, while the ball softly rolls out of the piano hall, stopping at Ben's feet. Takes off his glasses and pushes the bangs out of his eyes. Turns to his family upstairs with a gently smug smile. This house is clear. Heard that line in a movie once. Their faces fill with relief. Looking down on him like this doesn't shake the intense admiration she holds for this man. A decisive blow, that was. Unsure of how this power came about for them, it is the ensuing release from this awful situation, which feels as though they just squeezed themselves out of hell. Still, what occurs to her now is that her love is a rather amusing man. I wish to watch that one sometime, dear. You got it. I think I remember just about every scene. It's great. Her and the children gaze upon him tenderly, with their emotions raising a big smile. only to rush down the stairs for an embrace. The tender love that surrounds those 5 spirits under the stained glass window is the one story this house was meant to tell. All of it leading up to this beautiful moment, framed perfectly under the nightly glow. Their struggle is finally over. Got through it together, as it was meant to be done. The neighbors come out to the gates of the manor.
Was that an earthquake?
Call 911 or something. Another one goes,
It's that goddamn house. What do you think the cops are gonna do?
Bert and his grandson step out the store in their pajamas and slippers. The boy is anxious.
What was that, Grandpa?
The old man turns to his grandson with his usual kind expression.
By the sound of it, I think that house will be quiet from now on. Don't ask me how, but I know the ones who did it.
He looks to his grandpa's opinion. Most people here hate talking about that place. But seeing his smile, it's probably safe to ask.
So, you also think that house is haunted? Peter, haunting is something even people who are alive end up doing, I think. We all have our dwellings, some less good than others. But for those spirits, that place is the home of the Honorable Craig family. I think they wanted it to remain that way. Sometimes a haunting is where you belong.
Bert stands in profound admiration of his dear friends. The sweet and spicy aroma of curry wafts from the kitchen. The dining table is set. The children play in one of their old bedrooms. Felicity is fixing her hair by the dressing table, in hers. Tonight, she and her betrothed go on an outing with the whole family. He said something about movie night. She never got to see real moving pictures in her day. How will he do that? His memories? Dinner's on the table, Ben yells from downstairs. Felicity gets up. Her excitement over the prospect of this night stops her in her tracks before exiting the room. An exotic meal, moving pictures, then putting the kids to sleep and... She jumps on the bed, grabs a pillow over her face, and starts kicking and squealing. Babe, I'm coming. Her smile is so stupid, one would think she left her brain on the bed. The family comes down the stairs and turns the corner to find Ben serving the plates. They can hear his memories of the sort of music he enjoyed. For such a scrappy young man, his tastes are definitely refined, not to mention his delight in providing a meal. He's happy. The phantom plates are served with spectral chickpea curry, papadums, Thai rice, spicy tomato and onion salad, and breaded pork cutlets cut in strips. On the glasses, a Portuguese Douro wine with soft tones of vanilla for the 2 adults, tall glasses of icy coconut lassi for the kids. Gentlemanly pulls out a chair for his woman. Welcome to the Freeman cuisine. Mom taught me this one. You remembered so many things. She is in awe of the exotic spread. The kids are curious at the strong aroma being conveyed. He looks to the kitchen. The cake looks amazing, by the way. Sitting on the table, there's a massive 2-story cake, covered in meringue, decorated with blackberries. To be fair, I cheated. I just thought of the chocolate cake I used to make, then employed the icing I saw in the shop once. Looks fancy and expensive. Definitely looking forward to dessert. Ben never got around to indulging in cakes while alive, given his usual regimen. But he can start acquiring a taste for it, as she does. It's not like this stuff will make you fat or anything. The house is quiet and dark. The only light comes from the dining room. Every bit of her dwellings is as Felicity remembers them. When she was happy, just her and her father. That is the home she wished for her children. And now, him.
Oh my, this is so spicy and full and delicious. Mrs. Freeman, thank you so much for your son.
She is becoming emotional while they dine in bliss. At long last, a normal day for all in the house of Craig. The family of 5 enter the department store, unusually lit up for that time of night. They all look stuffed, but that doesn't stop Gunner from eating yet another slice of his mother's cake, and grabbing some more cookies off the shelves, and pastries. And are those fruit drinks? Sure, why not bring those? Lydia is watching this gluttony unfold with a grimace. As they head upstairs to Bert's home, they yell, "We're here!" His grandson, who is playing the console, jolts up in response. Heard people coming up the stairs and is becoming seriously freaked by the fact he always checks if it's closed after dinner.
Grandpa, did you hear that?
From the kitchen, the old man says,
That would be your cue to go to bed, young man. Tonight is movie night. What? Go on. I have a few friends over to watch a movie. They don't have a TV at their place. What do you mean they don't?
The boy looks white as a sheet. Well, the old man shrugs at this. He wasn't kidding about the Craigs, was he? Sleepy Hollow. What a weird place.
Okay.
Ben left a note on the chalkboard yesterday. It said, "Is it okay if we watch a movie there? Your pick." Bert figured this would be his time to shine. Felicity never watched a movie in her life, seeing as it ended before those came about, so any of the oldies would be sure to make an impression on the Victorian lady. Such excitement. The old man, giddy over the strange company he is to keep, goes into the living room and switches the console to the streaming service. Tonight's showing, Gone with the Gale, for the Lovebirds. Bert sits in his favorite armchair, imagining that the family would, in turn, sit on the couch. And indeed, they did. Lydia is curled on her mother's lap, bored to death at the sappy scenes. Gunner's jaw is getting quite the workout with all the chewing, whereas Peter doesn't have much of an appetite. He looks at Bertie a lot, wondering if he's okay. Ben has seen this one a couple of times. Looks over at her, while that gorgeous face glows with every emotion. His babe laughs, weeps, and even gets up a couple of times from outrage over that impossible man and his boldness. Yeah, Felicity is definitely not used to movies, judging by her reactions. Yet, didn't let go of his hand the whole running time. Her thoughts were often of themselves and how fortunate she was that their love wasn't tragic like that one. Roll credits.
Ah, that was incredible. Your age truly has blessed you with so much.
She is absolutely enraptured by the experience. The family gets up and Felicity thanks Bert by bowing politely. The children follow suit and Ben doesn't want to be the odd one out. Bert sees them all, including Petey. Ben tenderly smiles at his friend. Thank you for everything, Bert. The old man hopes this isn't it.
I will see you again some day, right?
I'll definitely catch you later. Ben looks at Felicity. She agrees. Peter walks up to the old man with a jovial smile, seeing him as his child self from memory.
Hey, I actually pitched a curveball. Graduated to baseball. You should have seen it. It was great. Is that so? The old man chuckles as they disappear. The magic we call the soul. One could easily be tempted to procure explanations within the realm of physics to understand its various manifestations. They all come up short. The one truth about it is encapsulated in this simple moment. The ones you love are never truly gone. The children are in their room, surrounded by their old toys, namely her dolls and Peter's car collection. Lydia is impressed with the boy. That's a mighty throw, Peter. Who, in turn, blushes instantly. What about my pizza attack? That was something to behold as well, I might say. Gunner scratches his nose, prideful. Yeah, Gunner. If we ever need food thrown around again, I'll be sure to call you. What a mean-spirited little girl. What? Her brother is stunned, while the other two laugh. In the hidden garden, bathed by moonlight and encircled by the mist of uncertainty, the couple shares the same bottle of Portuguese wine. There is a slight problem. It doesn't seem to go empty. How many times did you see its buttocks a whole fight? Be honest, Ben. About 5 times, maybe? Hey, the thing was gangly and stupid looking. It's probably never even considered that wearing pants. She's wheezing. Was important. Felicity falls derriere first on the floor, bursting. No pants, Jack! Oh, how cathartic. Oh, boy. You're really drunk right now. Am not. R2. I swear, sir, on my honor, that I am absolutely... She tries to get up and falls again. They're laughing even harder. The neighbors light up their windows. Shh! Babe, it's getting really late, and we're both totally sloshed. Sloshed? That's a rude term for drunk, isn't it? Ahem. Very well. I decree you can say as many fucking bad words as you please. Oh, man. We should just turn in for the night, you know? Ah, I see. You wish to take advantage of my deplorable state to do all manner of naughty things to me, She is giving him that ravenous smile again, which is even more pronounced as a drunk. This silly woman looks like a tomato with a blonde wig. Adjusts his glasses. No. Far from me to... Last one to bed is a rotten egg. The gorgeous fairy vanishes. He chuckles to himself. Man, this is the best. Hands down. The hidden garden now lies empty. Violets dance to a gust of wind. If this is but a dream, it's the best one. Ben Freeman hopes to never wake again. Sometime after, it dawns over Craig Manor. Birds are heard chirping frantically. The world of the living rises for another day. Peter peers outside from the attic window, as it seemed that true sunlight was coming into the house for once in a long time. But that light, it isn't the sun. He bolts downstairs to the entrance. Felicity, come quick! The couple bursts out of their suite. That white light. Peter? What she feared last has come to pass. The boy opens the front door and darts outside. Mom? As the family gathers behind the transfixed boy, they see a massive orb of light mightily shining upon the manor. Within, each of them finds what they have lost in a previous life.
Felicity and her children see Gunner, with his twirled mustache and officer uniform. Ben sees Adelaide, and Peter sees Mary in her nightgown. Whatever dark force lingered in the depths of the manor, it is now gone. Its unfinished business therefore concluded. It's time to depart. The boy turns to Felicity. The poor thing is sobbing in streaming woe.
I want to thank you for everything. I want you to know that you're my mom, too.
Felicity is coming apart in grief. This handsome young boy cried and laughed with them. They were even able to share a meal, fought together bravely. She lulled him to sleep when he was scared, and the joy she saw when her curse was lifted in his blue eyes, all of it digging into her heart all at once.
Peter, you will always... I will always love you, my brave, sweet boy. Go and be with your mother. She misses you terribly. And now, so will I.
The pain is tearing through her. The boy runs up to her and clings really hard. The whole family gathers around. Saying goodbye is inevitable. Even here, in this place where everything else seems to be at the reach of a thought. Ben takes the baseball and mitt and gives it to Peter. You keep practicing, you hear? When I see you again, we'll play a bunch of games, all of us. Okay, little man? I'm really proud of you.
Please, take care of my mom.
His last thought echoes in the air. The boy's soul was healed. Of all the hardship, the coldness and indifference of his own father, reclaimed everything with their help. The glowing child floats up in the direction of the light. Felicity wails out in pain, holding on to Ben for dear life. The family mourns. Lydia is inconsolable, and young Gunner is trying to keep it together for his little sister. This will be tough for her, and he's the oldest. His grandfather would want him to hold steadfast, but that was his brother, too. Peter's frail body disintegrates into thousands of tiny orbs, which flow into the luminous gateway, gathering inside. But if one were to look closely, it could be seen, amidst the glow, Mary holding her little boy one last time, just before bedtime.
I will miss him so much,
she mutters in pain. Ben can't hold it in anymore. He wished, when he lost his mother, that someone told him that everything was going to be all right. He can do that for her right now. Listen, few moms get to enjoy 70 whole years with their kids. You had him close for that long, and you kept him safe. You kept all of us safe, because that's how strong you are. Don't regret any of it, even if it hurts real bad. That pain was there the first time I saw you. It still made you beautiful.
What if we all go? It's right there. We can just...
Ben rubs his hands on her drenched visage. This amazing woman also made her peace with everything. She would be right to go. Perhaps they can all be together up there, somehow. But such strength. What if someone needs it? This notion drives him. I don't think most people, given the choice, would think twice about leaving all this behind. But I'm not that kind of person. You said it. I like trouble. I also stayed for you. and perhaps I can do that for more people who have as much good in them as you and the kids." Felicity pulls away from his embrace, in awe of his noble intentions.
To stay here, there would be more like us, surely.
Yeah, but I can't do this alone. Will you help me? Stretching his hand out to her, the resolve in his eyes is something she could only recognize in her late father. To finally be done with everything seems so small in comparison. The man she fell in love with bore the mark of someone who rejected the world in its entirety, faithless and closed off in his sorrow. What he's saying right now was birthed from their connection. His will to protect others was reawakened, his faith in the world restored. This humble request from a changed man filled her heart, smothering the loss. Hope doesn't die. It's just hidden from most of us. For a while. Walks up to him, taking his hand, gazing into those verdant eyes. In this moment takes an oath. To the ends of time and the world, through the darkness and the light, she will stand beside her love. The white light disappears. In its place the sun comes, washing away the manor's history with its beams. The pizza box lies atop the shrubbery outside. Nearby, Ben's red bracers and the mech model nestled within the branches. In every room, lace scattered on the floor remains. The window on the dining room hastily patched up with planks. The scratches on the entrance hall are a real scar of the house's panes, now faded. Over the couple's bed, the old photograph of the bell also remained, neatly arranged with 2 violets. Beneath it, though, the tobacco paraphernalia lies, carefully tucked away into a bedpost. It would seem this is where Felicity hid those, holding vigil over the health of the man she already loved then. On the floor of the hidden garden, next to the fountain, the artwork Peter made with petals miraculously remained until this very moment. The ones in lighter color spell out within the floral frame, Felicity. The wind lifts them up into the air as they fly over the manor into the distant heavens. And in that attic, where love and courage was reborn for that adorable little family, the mitt with the ball neatly placed on top sits on the floor, bathed in light. Whomsoever comes to find this memento, lying so impeccably in the middle of this empty room, may never understand what it truly meant. Still, Ben Freeman does. For it was a couple of insignificant things of his distant past which stood as perennial witness to his will for a greater future. Even in death, these objects, touched by the afterlife, matter a whole lot more than the solitary moment of reflection, fleeting, wherein the mind exists in either time only. Yet, by lessons learned and wishes made, the soul endures, so as to witness the full scope of things, doing so by sheer resolve. The past, present, and future are much more akin to a ball of yarn than a single thread. So it is that in any other tale about the dead, to be at peace with a tragedy once surpassed would have brought them to the conclusion whence the universe mercifully scatters their dream into infinity. Alas, this is not that kind of tale. And we have reached the end, ladies and gentlemen, of Spectral Braver, the first arc. I hope you have enjoyed the reading of this book. If you have missed any part of it, as of this evening, all parts will be available in video format on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/@SirArminius. I will also be putting together, as I typically do, an audio-only version, all in one file, on my Rumble channel. You can check it out there if you had something that you just wanted to be able to listen to and not be able to watch me perform for you. Please remember, if you have made it all the way through, stop out and give a review on Amazon. It will immensely help the author. And once again, if you have enjoyed this reading of Spectral Braver, the first arc, stop out and pick up Book 2, Spectral Braver, the Purple Fairy, because that is where this ghostly adventure continues. So make sure you get out there and support the author. Support all of our different independent authors who choose to do this for the love of what they do. And from me, thank you to all of you. The greatest gift that you can give me is the gift of your time, and I appreciate that you gave me the gift of yours this evening. If you have not already, I would also ask that you stop out to the YouTube channel and hit that subscribe button. It's free, and it helps to support me in getting out here and doing this for the independent authors. If you did enjoy this book, I would also ask that you share it with your friends. Have them go pick up a copy of it, listen to it on the YouTube channel. Let's make sure we share it around, would you? And, Mr. Resende, thank you for allowing me to give voice to this book for you. I hope you enjoyed the reading of it. Starting on Saturday, we will be starting a new book. It's going to be something very different from this one, by another independent author. I hope you will come and check it out with me, as we will dive into that new book. I really enjoyed this story. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. The different way that it went through was great. If I was to actually record this as an audiobook, I would need to go through and color code this thing because the voices switch back and forth, and I can't always tell until I'm halfway through whose it was supposed to be. Color coding would have been my friend on voicing this book for an actual audiobook. But I hope you forgive the little foibles when it was the wrong voice saying the words. Once again, thank you all so much. I hope you have a wonderful week ahead, and I look forward to seeing you guys all again really soon. Good night, everyone.